What's up, guys? We're back in the garage today to take a look at my Ecoboost swapped Foxbody Mustang. I want to show you guys a little bit more about the parts that are in it, the swap specific parts, show you what I chose and why I chose it. First things first, we gotta get the hood open here. I got this knockoff Carbon Creations fiberglass hood. They're usually carbon fiber, but this one's like half the price of a carbon fiber hood. Still looks pretty decent, and I put some quick latches on it. And here is the Ecoboost engine. So this is an Ecoboost 2-liter out of a 2015 Escape. I went ahead and in my last video you saw all the parts to make the Ecoboost 2.0 into a rear-wheel drive application. So we got a Mustang intake manifold, Mustang coolant pipe here, goes back to our Mustang, I can't really see it, but there's a Mustang coolant housing back there as well, with the Mustang oil pan and pickup tube. The other thing that is kind of Ecoboost swap specific is the AJE K-member. I guess it's not specifically Ecoboost swap, but they do make mounts for the Ecoboost swap. Not for the 2.0, but for the 2.3, and the mounting points are pretty similar. I had to make a custom passenger side mount because the 2.0 and the 2.3 are slightly different. If you guys want, I can send out CAD files or send and send those parts to you guys if anybody's interested. These really aren't on the market right now, and there's not any option to put 2.0 into a Foxbody off the shelf. On the interior side of things, you'll notice the interior is completely stripped out of my car right now. I'm putting a new carpet in, so I had to take everything out. But we have the Tremec TKX in there. It's a good 5-speed option for these cars. They're rated at 600 foot-pounds of torque, and that's a good place to be for these Ecoboost engines because realistically about 450 wheel horsepower is what we're going to be putting down without going crazy with a build engine and all that. Looking at the gauge cluster here, it looks like a stock Foxbody gauge cluster, but it is not. This is a Dakota Digital cluster that does most things electronically, as opposed to like the mechanical speedo and the old school style tack. So this is fully electronic. Even the tack signal comes straight from the ECU into the cluster here, and the speedo is GPS. Everything else functions kind of like it normally would with the temp and fuel sensors and everything. We'll go ahead and fire this guy up here. As you can see, the only thing I don't really like about this gauge cluster is the revs lag just a slight bit. But I went with this gauge cluster. You can make the stock gauge cluster work with a tack signal adapter and running a gear in the transmission for the mechanical speedo. Just a side note, I did not put this on. This was on when I bought the car, and it had a 2.5 liter stroked out Lima that was not turboed. So I don't know why that was there. I don't know if he was planning on going turbo, but it's staying for now. Taking a look underneath the car now, as you'll notice, I just put in some Stifler subframe connectors just to stiffen up the chassis a little bit. Here we have a better view of our Stifler's cross member for the transmission. This one will bolt right up to the TKX with the correct spacing with the AJE K-member and the Ecoboost engine. The only thing you'll have to do is the drive shaft. I had to take about 2 inches off the drive shaft. I just took it to a drive shaft shop and had them cut it down and weld it back up. The exhaust you'll see here, I made a custom downpipe at the front. Made that out of stainless steel. You could probably get away with running a universal downpipe. And then from there back, this is all actually Stinger Performance 2.3 turbo exhaust for an SVO Mustang. And it bolts right up and fits like factory. We'll go ahead and take a little peek under the rear now. So I ended up swapping in a Ford 8.8 diff. All this stuff looks shiny and new right now because I just put new gears in it. The rear end came with 327 gears. I put 355s just to get a little better acceleration out of it. With the old gear set, it was pretty slow, and the gears were just way too long. On the highway, I could cruise at like 75, 80 at 2,000 RPM in fifth gear, and third gear would go out to 125, almost 130 miles per hour with the combination of the transmission, the tires, and the RPM put out by the Ecoboost engine. Some of the other parts I have on here that aren't exactly Ecoboost swap parts. The first noticeable thing is probably the Meyer Racing wide body kit. This is a 3-inch flare kit. It's a full replacement front fender, and the back is an over fender. So currently I have it just riveted on and panel bond. I will be body working this in eventually. I have some more stuff I want to do to the car before I do the paint and body work. So it's just kind of roughed in right now. These are American Racing vintage groove wheels. They are 18 by 10 with 0 offset. We also have the wing back here. This is a eBay find, actually. It originally came with just the front edge here, and everything back underneath here was hollow. It was just the front face. I filled this in with foam and then fiberglass the surface of it. And I think it looks a lot better now. I would like to get this body worked in as well because these exposed screws here don't look the best. I mean, it's kind of rat rod right now, so it's fine. Also, you'll probably notice the bumper looks a bit different than a stock Foxbody bumper or even a GT bumper. These are knockoff Detch bumpers. I have filled in the Detch logo because I feel like it's not right to have the Detch name on something that Detch didn't make. You know, they don't make anything anymore, but that's besides the point. And I'm rocking the same thing up front. This is a Detch front bumper. They are just like a lower cover. They're not the full replacement bumper. You can kind of see where they break here. So this is stock bumper up here, and then this is where the Detch gets riveted on. This is the same thing. I panel bonded and riveted the panel on, and then came back through, drilled out the rivets, and then kind of body worked it in it. It's rough right now, and then I also have some quick connects just holding on the edge of it. I know I'll get a lot of hate for this, but yeah, I'm running one-piece headlights. I don't like the three-piece. I will be modifying these ones too. I'm going to put some projector lights in these eventually. So that's all I have right now as far as the Foxbody build update or overview goes. I am planning on doing a bigger turbo pretty soon here. I'm also going to work on some more interior stuff. I want to get a head unit and what's called a Maestro RR2 in there. I'm hoping to get engine data on the head unit, as well as Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that stuff. So I'll be working on some more interior stuff, more power, and then whenever the weather breaks, we're going to try to hit the track with this thing. If it's even legal, I don't know, because I built this myself. So stay tuned. Hopefully I have some more exciting and more frequent updates coming for you guys.